Welcome to the 2020 Arts Awards at the Hopkins Center at Dartmouth. We are so excited to welcome you here for this celebration. As the director, I have the great privilege of hosting this event, and on behalf of our board, our staff, our faculty, and all of the visiting artists and extended artistic family that's part of the Hopkins Center, we say congratulations. This is not the year that I imagined. How many times have we heard that? Yet for you, as art students at Dartmouth, you know that there's a lot more to imagine than there is to know. You've spent all of your time honing your craft, focusing on details, applying that technical skill to creativity, and then coming together as community. This may not be the time we imagined, but it is your time. And the Hopkins Center will forever be your artistic home. We will always be here, applauding you from the wings and urging you on in your journey. And today we come together to celebrate your achievement. So now we start the celebration with a personal message from our president, Phil Hanlon, and our provost, Joe Helbley. Following their messages, we'll go on to celebrate your personal achievements, and then the afternoon will wrap up with an inspiring message from Radiolab's Latif Nasser, class of '08. Welcome, President Hanlon.
Greetings to all of you. It is a joy to be part of this year's celebration of student achievements in the arts. Over these past 2 months, the virtual stage has proven to be a necessary substitute for the live stage. And you have worked to make it just as powerful and uplifting. And while I wish I could be looking out at all of you in person, I know we'll be together again in due time, flooding the halls of the Hop, the Hood, and all the artistic spaces on campus with their usual energy and dynamism once more. In the meantime, I wish all of you who have earned honors today my hearty congratulations. You've not only engaged in all that the arts have to offer, but excelled in your endeavors. And in doing so, you have deeply enriched the Dartmouth experience for all. I'm especially proud to be celebrating your artistic achievements at this particular moment. All across the globe, people have turned to the arts to help them through this dark time. And we've witnessed the capacity of the arts to elevate the human spirit. They've not only provided respite from the harsh realities we face as a result of the pandemic, they've helped us adopt a show must go on mentality, a mindset so critical to our resilience and emotional well-being. Many of you will be inspired by the turmoil and the tragedy, the hope and the heroism, the caring and community-mindedness of this shared lived experience. And you will capture it in paint, on paper, on film, and in your character development. And when you do, you will help shine a light, as only an artist can, on what is both known and unknown about these unprecedented times. Thank you for all you do to remind us that the arts are essential, and congratulations once again on your well-deserved honors.
Hello. Congratulations to everyone on your recognition as part of this year's Arts at Dartmouth Awards ceremony. I'm Joe Helbley. I'm the Provost of Dartmouth College. I'm also the former Dean of the Thayer School of Engineering and a Professor of Engineering. And I'm telling you that because I just recorded an absolutely brilliant congratulatory message for each of you, and I forgot to press the record button on the QuickTime player in front of me. Such is life for all of us in this virtual world in the time of COVID-19. But that aside, I just wanted to say that this is not what I imagined. This is not what any of us imagined when we thought about gathering to celebrate your accomplishments this year. I so enjoyed last year's ceremony when I saw the award recipients recognized for their accomplishments in the arts. Some of you perform or recite your works on stage, and all of the citations that really gave me, as the new provost, a sense of the breadth of your accomplishment. I miss that, and quite honestly, I miss you and we miss you. We miss having you here on campus. My office sits right on the green, and I went out to look at the green earlier today, and the campus feels strange and strangely quiet without you here. We miss your energy, we miss your laughter, we miss your curiosity, and we miss your art. Now, forgive me for a minute for making the comparison, but as an engineer, I see a lot of similarities between the practice of engineering and the creative arts. Both are, of course, at their core creative. Both help us interpret the world. Both give us opportunity to invent. But what I think they both do that's incredibly powerful, and perhaps more important than anything else, is they give us the ability to connect. They help us connect with nature, but they, and here I will say the arts in particular, connect us with one another. So here we are in this time of COVID-19, and it is an extraordinarily challenging time for so many of us. Yes, because we watch and worry about the progression of the disease itself. Yes, because of the economic devastation that it is bringing to communities and to families across the country and across the world. And yes, because of our concerns and anxieties around an uncertain months and years ahead. But what COVID-19 has done for many, I think that is most profound and most challenging, is it's affected our ability to connect with one another directly. You bring that as practitioners of the arts. You bring that as students of the arts. The arts bring that to each of us. And so wherever you are right now, at home with your families or living in different communities or living on your own, I'm asking you to keep at it, to keep it up. The arts are always important as a way for bringing us together, but now more than ever, they matter and what you do matters. Congratulations again on your recognition as this year's awardees in the arts ceremony at the Hopkins Center, and thank you for what you bring to each of us, what you bring to your families and communities, and what you bring to Dartmouth and the world. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Kotlowitz, Chair of the Department of Theater, and I'm thrilled to present the Theater Department Awards to the 2020 recipients. This has been a really complicated and difficult year for all of us, but throughout this entire spring, the Theater Department has really been inspired by the creative energy and passion of our students, and it makes us optimistic about the future, so thanks for that. I do want to apologize ahead of time for the noises in my house, the knocks and the dogs barking and the lawnmower. There's no getting around it, so here we go. On to the awards. Recipients of the David Burney Award for Excellence in the Theater Arts are Michaela Anderson and Maya Frost-Balansky. The George and Sarah Schoenhut Service Award goes to Nathaniel Stornelli and Brandy Jean. The Benjamin and Edna Ehrlich Prize in the Dramatic Arts Award goes to Sophia Therese Kinney and Eleanor Mitchell. The Eleanor Frost Playwriting Competition goes to Armand Dorsey and Savannah Miller, with an honorable mention to Mia Nelson. And the Ruth and Loring Holmes Dodd Drama Prize goes to Naomi Lamb. The two Frost winners and the Dodd winner will all have their plays produced this summer remotely, so please stay tuned to when those happen. The Warner Bentley and Henry B. Williams Fellowship Endowments goes to Sophia Therese Kinney and Kerrigan Quinneman and Samantha Ann West. The Rodney W. Alexander Theater Fellowship goes to Stella Assa, Kate Budney, and Lexi Warden. The Clifford S. Gurdon 1964 Memorial Award goes to Adam J. Riegler. The Susan D. Beauvois Wright Award goes to Naomi Agnew, Giovanna Jojo Boyle, and Milena Lima Nascimento. The Stanley Wallace Technical Theater Award goes to Robert Alter, Gabrielle Mitchell, and Evan Schaefer. The Robert H. Nutt 49 Award goes to Nicholas Gutierrez and Savannah Miller. And the Department of Theater Award for Special Recognition goes to Hannah Hale. And then the last award is not on your program. We call them the Pillar Awards, which are for energy and creativity that supports and elevates the theater department. And we have a bunch of winners here. They are Zachary Gottschall, Matthew Hoey, Isabel Wallace, Jenna Gallagher, Lucy Bieberman, Lila Hovey, Jared Cape, and Jonathan Briffault. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you. We really miss you guys. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. I'm Paul Young, the chair of the Department of Film and Media Studies, here to present the Film and Media Studies Awards to the 2020 recipients. Our first award is the Morris H. Rapf Award for Outstanding Achievement in Film. The Rapf Award honors the legacy and contributions of Morris Rapf, 35, professor and friend. It is given to a graduating Dartmouth senior for significant achievement and contribution to the function of film and media studies over the span of his or her undergraduate years. For the Maurice H. Rapf Award for Outstanding Achievement in Film, our awardees are Huang Long Do, Xia Peng, Victor Z. Wu, and Sebastian R. Wartzreiner, all 2020 graduates. Congratulations to all four of you. Our next award is the James Joseph Kaplan Filmmaker of the Year Award. The award is given to a senior who thrives on the craft of filmmaking, bringing passion, creativity, imagination, and a strong work ethic to their work. For the James Joseph Kaplan Filmmaker of the Year Award, our awardee is Eleanor C. Dooley, 2020. Congratulations, Eleanor. And finally, our last award is the John P. Wolfenden Award in Film and Media Studies. And this award goes particularly to someone who has shown great talent and extreme promise in the field of film and video editing. For the John P. Wolfenden Award in Film and Media Studies, our awardee this year is Yumi C. Naruke, 2020. Congratulations, Yumi. And congratulations to all our prize recipients. We wish fervently that we could be together today, but know that Film and Media Studies is, as a department, extremely proud of you and thrilled to be able to award you these awards, even under these virtual circumstances, perhaps especially under these virtual circumstances. Your department is still here for you, and thank you very much for giving us all a great experience while you were college students here at Dartmouth. And please don't be strangers.
Hello everyone, I'm Kui Dong, Chair of the Department of Music. I'm here to present the awards to the 2020 recipient of the Music Department Awards. Recipients of the Eugene Reutemann 1943 Awards goes to Summer Cody 20, Caitlin McGill 20, Gabriel Zuckerberg 20. The McDonald Smith Prize goes to Isabel Brake 20, Betty Kim 20, Ho Chang Yang 21. The Eric Kunze Class of 1957 Award goes to Ida Claudy 22, Jacob Donahue 22, David Lucas James 21. Congratulations to all of you.
Hello everyone, I'm Enrico Riley, Chair of the Studio Art Department. I'm here to present the awards for the 2020 recipients of the Studio Art Department Awards. Before I get started, I'd like to thank all of the professors in Studio Art for all of the hard work that you've put in to teaching and mentoring this year. In particular, I'd like to thank Carol Kapiaka, Victor Wachowski, Jennifer Kane, and Gerald Auten for your teaching of the 4 sections of senior seminar this year. I would also like to give a quick thanks to Kelly Thompson, our department administrator, and Catherine Gibble, our administrative assistant. Thank you for all of your hard work this year. Okay, without further ado, this is the student award ceremony. So the winners of this year's awards are as follow. For the POD award, or Perspectives on Design award, the winners are Tanya Shaw and Eric Wang. For the W. David Dance 1940 Fine Arts Award, the winners this year are Claire Berner, Christina Liu, and Emma Rodriguez. For the Robert Reed Prize, the winners this year are Grace Hanselman, Rachel Lincoln, and Kate Schibber. The Wolfenden Fine Arts Prize Awards winners are Taria Atkins, Yenny Dieguez, Seamus Hall, and Saba Maheen. The Melissa Brown Herlock Hobson 1993 Award has been given this year to Julian Jimenez and Macy Toppin. The 2020-21 Studio Art interns this year are Taria Atkins, Claire Berner, Grace Hanselman, and Eric Wang. Congratulations to you all.
Hi, I'm Joshua Price Cole. I'm the Managing Director and Executive Producer here at the HOP, and it's my great pleasure to present the Hopkins Center Ensembles Awards this afternoon. The first award is the Handel Society Chorus Award, and this year it goes to Benjamin Alford. The Charles S. Fleet 1953 Prize for a Student in the Glee Club goes to Isabel Brick. The Senior Symphonic Award is presented to Hannah Bliska. And the Whiteley Band Spirit Award goes to Ileana Godoy. Congratulations and thank you.
It's my pleasure now to present the Hopkins Center Awards. First is the Mark L. Leibowitz 1977 Memorial Prize in the Performing Arts. The Leibowitz Memorial Prize for Music goes to Gabriel A. Zuckerberg, 20, And in theater, the Leibowitz Prize goes to Brooke Elizabeth Bazarian, 20, and Holden Gerard Harris, 20. Next, we have the Christina Porter Award in the Arts for Achievement in Vocal Music. This award is in memory of Christina Porter, class of 2006. This year, the Christina Porter Award goes to 2 students, Zeke M. Baker, 20, and Owen W. Stoddard, 18. The Class of 61 Arts Initiative Award goes to Jessica Wei Zhang, 21, for her jewelry project. The Robert Dance 77 Arts Initiative Award goes to Saba N. Maheen, 20, for her Kantha embroidery project, and Samantha D. Heisa, 20, for her gun violence awareness project. The Lazarus Family Musical Theater Award goes to Sophia Kinney, 20, for her playwriting project Jazz, Race, and Institutions. And now the Marcus Hyman, Martin R. Rosenthal, Class of 56 Achievement Awards. The Marcus Hyman, Martin R. Rosenthal 56 Achievement Awards in the Creative Arts were established a couple of years before the Hopkins Center opened in 1962. In anticipation of encouraging arts achievement in the new Arts Center. The award in theater goes to Sophia Kenny, 20, who came to Dartmouth unsure of what she should study, but quickly found the open arms of the theater department. The award in film and media studies goes to Naomi Agnew, 20, a film and media studies major, minoring in theater and environmental studies. The award in music goes to Betty J. Kim, 20, who played violin in the Dartmouth Symphony Orchestra for 4 years, serving on and off as concertmaster since 2017. In studio art, the award goes to Yenny Dieguez, whose main concentration in studio art has been drawing and mixed media art. The award for ensemble dance goes to Mary Versa Clemens Sewell, 20, who was a member of the Dartmouth Dance Ensemble for 4 years, participating in termly and annual shows as well as off-campus immersion experiences at Jacob's Pillow and in Costa Rica. The Ensemble's Instrumental Award goes to Richard S. Liu, who was the principal cellist of the Dartmouth Symphony Orchestra and was featured as a soloist in October 2019, performing Tchaikovsky's Variations on the Rococo theme. The award in ensemble vocal goes to Isabel S. Brick, 20, who was a part of the Glee Club, Subtleties, an a cappella group, the Dartmouth Opera Lab, along with studying voice with Irma Mellinger for 4 years. The award for achievement in the craft wood workshops goes to Janice Kai Chen, 19, who has worked in the woodshop since her very first year at Dartmouth. And the Arts Administration Award goes to Morgan Gelbert, 20, who has worked at the Hop as an usher, house manager, events management intern, and senior house manager. Congratulations to all the Hopkins Center Award winners. We've now come to the last award of the afternoon, the Sudler Prize. Endowed by the late Louis Sudler to be awarded to a student in recognition of outstanding excellence in the creative or performing arts, the Sudler Prize was approved by Samuel Rosenthal to be awarded to a Hyman Rosenthal winner for achievement. This year, because of the extraordinary circumstances and because of the extraordinary creativity of our Hyman Rosenthal cohort, each Hyman Rosenthal winner will also be recognized with the Sudler Prize. To honor the prize, the Hopkins Center will double the monetary award of the Hyman Rosenthal Prize for each student. We are so happy to be able to do this and to recognize the extraordinary achievement of this class of 2020 art students. Thank you.
And now it's my great pleasure to welcome this afternoon's guest speaker, Latif Nasser, class of 2008. Latif is a reporter and the director of research for WNYC's Radiolab. He's also the creator and host of his own podcast, The Other Latif. He's given multiple TED Talks, he's written for the Boston Globe Ideas section, and he's got a PhD from Harvard University in the history of science. He's also the creator and executive producer of a new Netflix documentary series coming out later this year. Please welcome Latif Nasser.
12 years ago, I was sitting where you all are sitting. Not physically, of course. That would have been weird if I was just sitting in your family home. No. I was a Dartmouth '08 theater kid. Spent most of my time at the Hop. It was my final year, but I didn't really have any plans. I'd been rejected from the playwriting grad schools, plural, that I had my heart set on. I was in debt. As a Canadian, my student visa was about to run out, so I was about to get kicked out of the country. I didn't know what to do next. And even if I did know what to do, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. Because, and you all may be too young to remember this, in 2008, the economy tanked. It was in the worst shape it had been in since the Great Depression. So not a lot of jobs going around, especially for people who took the clowning class on the theater FSP. I'm guessing that, at least for some of you, this sounds vaguely familiar. That you may be asking more intense versions of the same questions I was asking myself then. Did I just waste the last 4 years? There's a global crisis and my skills are totally useless. What was the point of any of this? But even more pressingly, what am I going to do now? Who's going to pay me? Should I move back home? I'm going to tell you my answers to all those questions. But first I want to tell you the story of a different guy. A guy I met a few years later. A guy named Doug. When Doug was an undergrad in Minnesota in the 1970s, he studied a lot of different things. First, he studied science, biology, chemistry, astronomy. Then he switched his major to comparative religion. He was also into photography and sci-fi novels. He went on to become a grad student studying, among other things, history, philosophy, clinical psychology. He also went on to study things like ecofeminism, archaeology. You get the idea. This guy could basically be the mascot for the liberal arts. Anyway, by the time I met him, he had been working for 16 years at the SETI Institute in California. SETI stands for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Sounds kind of kooky, but it's actually very serious. It's affiliated with NASA and the National Science Foundation. And whereas virtually everyone who worked at SETI were scientists, Doug was not. His job title was Director of Interstellar Message Composition, which is to say it was his job to figure out how to talk to aliens. And in the event that aliens ever tried to talk to us, what we should say back. Yeah, you never heard of him, but Doug was our first ever intergalactic ambassador. It's a job so strange you couldn't even make it up, right? But it's one that, given Doug's interests and academic background, he just so happened to be eerily qualified for. Think about it. Astronomy plus biology plus religion. And then add into the mix clinical psychology, which is all about understanding people by talking to them. Photography, communicating without language. Plus sci-fi novels, which maybe is self-evident. And even the stuff that doesn't seem super relevant, that kind of helps too. Like archaeology is basically just about trying to read clues like hieroglyphics, not across space, but across time. Anyway, after I met this guy, Doug, I remember thinking, this guy goes to work every day, preparing for a thing that may never happen, but he loves doing it so much. It was like this guy was made for this job. So, how did I meet this guy, Doug? Well, let me start back again where I left off, in 2008, without a plan. I decided I would buy some time by going to grad school, but the grad schools I wanted didn't want me. So what then? One of my favorite professors at Dartmouth, Rich Kramer, pointed me in the direction of a program he went to, Harvard's History of Science department. History of Science? I didn't even know that was a field. But I figured, okay, maybe I do that, kill a year, and apply again to playwriting grad school. And who knows, maybe I'll write a play about Isaac Newton or something and it'll all be worth it. So I applied, despite not having a background in history or science, and to my great astonishment, I got in. A lot of it was the reference letter, a lot of it was luck, and even more luckily, when I got there, I loved it. I learned all kinds of fascinating historical stories about science that I wouldn't have learned any other way. Stories I was convinced would make amazing plays. So I stayed a year, and then another year, and then basically 4 more. Kind of got carried away. And then sort of despite myself, I wound up with a PhD. And all that time, I was still thinking, okay, this is all just fodder for plays I have yet to write. It was around that time that I heard a podcast for the first time. Now, it's kind of hard to imagine this now because there are a billion podcasts out there and they're doing things like winning Pulitzer Prizes and influencing Supreme Court cases and that sort of thing. But when I graduated from Dartmouth, podcasts were not a thing. I had never heard one before. No one I knew had. Anyway, when I finally did hear one, which was partway through grad school, I thought, wow, this does so many of the things that I love that plays do. Except it's even more accessible, and weirdly, because the sound is coming from like literally inside your skull, it feels even more intimate. I thought to myself, what if I could take the tricks that I learned in playwriting, so, like plot twists, character arcs, and the tricks I learned from the history of science, how to dig up sources, do research, and then tried to translate all of that into something for this new medium. So I basically just cold called my favorite podcast, Radiolab, and was like, hey, Radiolab, I have some history of science story ideas for you. Long story short, after the left-hand turn from theater to the history of science, I took another left-hand turn into the world of podcast journalism. When I got hired, the folks at Radiolab gave me the title Director of Research, which was a totally made-up title. I was just a reporter. Doug was one of the first people I interviewed. Over the last few years, I've gotten to meet and interview so many other people like him, people with weird clusters of interests and very niche jobs. And what I eventually realized, talking to these folks and thinking about my own path, was that my initial read on Doug was wrong, or at least half wrong. This guy wasn't made for the job was made for this guy. When Doug graduated from university, there was no such person as director of interstellar message composition. Just like when I graduated, there was no such thing as a director of research at a podcast. The trick, at least from what I've seen, is to just chase the random miscellany of stuff that you're actually interested in and then to cobble it all together in a new and fruitful way. To find harmonics between notes that live deep in you that no one has ever thought to combine, because how could they? They're not you. Whatever job you end up doing, even if it wasn't specifically made for you, make it yours. Because the secret is that if you do it right, you won't have to be the best, because you'll probably be the only. Now, I know that it feels like the whole world is on fire right now. Because it is. And I understand if maybe you want to plant yourself on a sure path when everything around you is so unsure. But I would argue for the opposite tack. At the moment, huge swaths of our society are hitting the reset button. So much is being reimagined. That's the world you're now entering. If you ask me, it's not the time for you to try to fit into society. It's the time to try to make society better fit you and your ideals. To help it make a better place, to help make it a better place, not just for you, but for everyone. Not just to help pull us out of this crisis, but also to help avert the next one, whatever it may look like. So, I've learned in the world of podcasting to always end on someone else's words. So last week, on your behalf, I called up our intergalactic ambassador.
What would your advice to these undergrads be right now?
My advice would, well, let me think. So it's easy to fall into the standard, find something you love and do it with all your passion. What do I really think? Be willing to change. Be willing to do something different than you've ever done before. Be proud of what you have done, where you have come from. Have plans and be willing to change them either when you reach your goal or along the way. Yeah, be open to being surprised. And as much as you can, be willing to let go of what you know has to be true. And I think if you can do some of those things, you've got a richer and, to me, it seems like a truer life.
Now, if you could only translate that into Martian. Thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you, Latif, for that inspiring talk. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you to everyone who was able to be part of Arts Awards and celebrate our students. Special thanks to President Hanlon and Provost Haubley for your wonderful messages. And please check out Hop at Home in the coming weeks, where we'll be putting together posts of student work from this very productive and exciting term. Thank you all and enjoy. Take care.